So what you're looking at is a sketch of a piece of artwork that I'm going to create as a part of my Black Wombmoon artist, unapologetically inside out, 1992 to 2022. So it's five pieces of artwork that honor my journey as an artist over the last 30 years. And so this is called The Prison of My Struggles. It's the first piece in the collection. And what you have here is my 7-year-old self, and I'm laying in the fetal position, um, in a prison, self-imposed prison. And these lines, the bars, that create the prison, come from the vibration of the things that are held here in my body. And I labeled them and put them in circles, and they include gender trauma, spiritual trauma, racial trauma, and it comes out in wounds and grief and shame. And then I listed some of the emotions and blocks. So there's perfection, there's unworthiness, there's chakra blocks, there's rage, scarcity, shame, anger, anxiety, fears, and I included fibroids because all of it grew into in my body into three fibroids that I was able to have removed when I was 30, 38, going on 39 in 2003. And so I've done a lot of work with my coaches and my therapists over the last couple of years, and I've looked back at the the first real memory of trauma for myself, and it was spiritual trauma, rooted in my gender. And so right here, I just talk about what gave birth to that spiritual trauma. So I just wanted to read the note that I have. It says, 7-year-old me thought I could be anything I ever wanted until a Catholic priest I loved and adored, Father Ward, told me girls couldn't be altar servers because the church didn't allow it. I had asked the question thinking that's all I had to do to gain access to wearing the same white and black uniform my brothers did. But I learned in that moment I wasn't enough as a girl. That no gave birth to spiritual trauma. It also gave birth to overachievement, unworthiness, perfection, trying to prove myself. It gave birth to shame in being a girl. It gave birth to anger and rage and anxiety from stress, from overachieving, too much pressure on myself. And ultimately um, the, it helped to create three fibroids, like my actions that I took, my trauma response, and trying to cope with that and live with that. And I'm waking up to all of that, and I'm using my art, my drawing, to illustrate what I've been processing and integrating. And um, I'm using tools like Reiki, yoga, specifically restorative yoga, to get in touch with the wounds, the trauma, the grief in my body. I'm using therapy and coaching. I'm using astrology. I'm using human design. I'm using tapping, crystals, uh, work with the chakras, um, ancestor connection, so many beautiful things. I'm using movement in my body, dancing, music, poetry, prayers, meditation, sound healing, all of that to um, move through this experience, because I'm 57. And so this is unpacking 50 years of living with this and more. That's, that I've inherited as a woman of African descent with the blood of my African ancestors and my First Nation people ancestors, and living as a woman. So all of that. Yeah, lots to unpack, but I just wanted to share that.